Thank you, Ty. Let's keep it going for Ty, hosting here. I just met Ty. I don't know him that well, but I think that guy's definitely racist. So it's all right, man. Just teasing. I was in the Midwest. It's not really a hotbed for racism, but I think it's hard to be racist when it's only white people. So who's to say? We haven't really been put to the test yet. So. I'm happy to see a fellow comedian up here. I got into comedy for two reasons. The first one was to tell jokes to my friends and family, and the second was to tell jokes to strangers. And I'm all out of friends and family, so. Yeah. Whenever you create an account online for stuff, they ask you these password protection questions, right? The one they always give me is, what was the name of your first pet? I'm like, I'm all for password protection, but I just don't see what my dead cat has to do with anything. It's like now whenever I forget my password, I remember Kip. Poor Kip. It's off to a great start. You guys are great. Any Lion King fans in the house? Lion King! Great movie. One of my favorite scenes, a very impactful scene, I think it swept the nation, I think you all agree. There's a scene where Mufasa is hanging off the cliff. And he's holding on for his life. And Scar comes up. And this is a scene everyone knows, right? Scar comes up, he sinks his claws into Mufasa. And then the neighbors start screaming because they just ran over my cat, Kit. Same joke, still a cat joke. Still talking about Kip tonight. He deserves it, he was a great cat. I was like 3 when this happened, but I don't really remember Kip too well, but enough to talk about him and to tell all of you his legacy has been spread. Remember. The 6th of November, 2000, it was 1995 though, so it didn't work out. It was a failed callback. It is, you ever heard that thing about people say, God has a plan for everything. And that's cool, I can appreciate that sentiment. There's always the other person who counters. The big, well, if God has a plan for everything, they'll say something like, then how come my cat got hit by a car? I've always wanted to chime in and be like, yeah, that's the plan. God wanted to see your cat get hit by a car. It's not that complicated. I don't know. A typical Disney movie for you though, Lion King. Something about a dead animal. That's usually how it goes. Let's look at these notes. This is gonna be interesting. I think now maybe you all feel a little bit sorry for me. Don't. I'm about to show you the true colors. I like plastic bags, okay? I said it. They're just so much better. They're just so much better than paper bags. And no one can convince me otherwise. Different grocery items contain different amounts of plastic bags. A gallon of milk, 3 bags. Half gallon of milk, 3 bags. I get home, I put that milk in the fridge where it belongs, and I put those bags outside where they belong. I put them in my backyard. I put them in the park. Really wherever they end up, I don't care. Thank you, Andre.
Edgy shit.
So edgy. Did you hear that guy last night? Talking about plastic bags. That dude is riding the edge. Anyways, you guys are great. One day I was doing my daily dump of plastic bags into the river. I was doing my favorite. It's when I take batteries and I fasten the handles of the bags around the battery and you parachute them. This guy knew what I was saying before I even finished it. You parachute the batteries into the river. I know it sounds bad, and it's not though. Because for every plastic bag that floats on the surface, I go down to my local pet shelter and I donate $1. So You're welcome. But for every bag that sinks, which is most of them, I go down to the pet shelter and I slap a puppy. Not enough to hurt the puppy, but definitely enough to hurt its feelings. Yeah, what is this? But for every puppy I slap, that's a fun sentence to say, I go on down to the soup kitchen and I donate a loaf of bread. But for every homeless person that asks me for money, I go back down to the pet shelter and I slap another puppy. And that one's just for me. I like how you all really weren't down with the very last one. You're like, slap a puppy a couple times, that's cool. But the third time, I am racist. I'm not racist. Don't pull back at me. I'm not. But isn't everybody a little bit? Just a tiny bit? But like he was saying, snaps his fingers, or her fingers are. I saw a hand go up, okay, same people. When white people dance like black people, it's funny, okay? I'm guilty of it. It's the most fun way to dance. But it's funny, people will make fun of you. People of all races will make fun of you if you're a white person dancing like a black person. I'm not saying it's hard to be a white guy. It can be frustrating in that sense. Because like I can cook Chinese food, and everyone's like, hey, great Chinese food, Michael. I can go to like an Indian party, everyone's like, oh, that's great, you should get cultured, good for you. But the second I dance like a black guy, everyone's like, whoa. You do not have what it takes to pull this off. You're just not cool enough, Michael. Well, that's all my time. Thank you so much. You all have a nice night.